One of my favorite things about Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is the levels and all their gimmicks and music. They're really all awesome, but if I had to rank my top 10, here's how it would go. Number 10 is Reckless Ride. This level is one of the better Rocket Barrel levels in the game. You go through the juicy jungle world, and you have to avoid a bunch of fruits. And you also have to avoid a bunch of these flying tucks and other enemies you know in the game. But the main obstacle you have to deal with is this Mecha Tuck. It's basically this penguin, and he's controlling this huge robotic wooden suit. And throughout the level, he tries to chop you up and bash you up with his chompy spike things. At the end of the level, though, he goes parachuting out of his machine, and he actually gets eaten by one of these chompy things in the background. It's a very fun level, and I do love it a lot. Number 9 is Homecoming Hijinks. Homecoming Hijinks is the first level of Donkey Kong Island, and it's based off Jungle Hijinks from Returns. You can see things like the Donkey Kong treehouse. You can also see other things like the ruins of Mugly, and the statues, and just other parts of that level, a bunch of set pieces. It's very cool. The Snowbound theme is very awesome, and I do like how intimidating the level feels. It's a great start to the Donkey Kong Island world. Number 8 is Fruity Factory. Now, this is definitely one of the better levels in the game, mainly because, well, it's in Juicy Jungle, so it's gonna have to go with that theme of this fruity factory. Of course, that's the name of the level. And you hop on these fruit slices throughout the level. You also have to avoid these slicing knives and as they chop up watermelons, and you even have to avoid these saw blades at one point, which is very cool. I love the level a lot, and the music is really good too. And number 7, speaking of saws, is Sawmill Through. This is my favorite level from Autumn Heights. And throughout this level, you have to avoid a bunch of the saw blades. At some points, you even dip into the water as you ride on a piece of birchwood, which is very cool too. Music is intimidating, and it's a very awesome level, and it's great to see a more challenging one early on in the game. Number 6 is Forest Folly. Forest Folly has a very relaxing theme. There are a bunch of snowflakes that fall throughout the level as you go through the trees. You look at some of the totems from the forest world from Donkey Kong Country Returns. And at some point, you even go on these swinging platforms with the cling grass, we all know, which is very cool too, and I do like how relaxing this one is. Number 5 is Frosty Fruits. My favorite level that's not from Donkey Kong Island, and my favorite level is Juicy Jungle. Now, this level, very relaxing. I love the music in a Snowbound Land remix, and I do like all the different fruits, like how the watermelon makes you bounce up. You have to hop on the frozen popsicles. It's very nice, and I do like how it slides you along very quickly. It's a very peaceful level, but this is where the freeze part of the game really starts to kick in, you know? Number 4 is Blurry Flurry, the final and best Rocket Barrel level in the game. Throughout this one, you go through the cave world from Donkey Kong Country Returns. At one point, you see Mega Squeakly, a bat from my favorite level from Donkey Kong Country Returns, Crowded Cavern, and he's frozen in ice, and he even looks at you. Another cool part of the level is the remix of the Mine Menace theme, and it feels very intimidating, the Rocket Barrel theme here with all the snow and ice. You avoid a bunch of snowballs too, and near the end, you even go inside a snowball in the minecart section. You have to avoid the castle ruins, and it's very cool, and I love it. Number 3 is Meltdown Mayhem. Now, this is technically the last normal level in the game. This one, you must charge through the volcano world from Returns as Rambi, and you knock snowballs onto the lava to create these ashes platforms for you. A lot of the level is sinking, and you have to avoid all of that. It's very intimidating, and the Snowmad theme plays here once again, which I love. Number 2 is Cliffside Slide. The cliff world was pretty awesome for Donkey Kong Country Returns, but here it's just gorgeous. You have the silhouette art style, everything is crumbling in a snow avalanche, you see the castle ruins, and as you barrel blast your way up the snowy mountain and cliffside, you can really tell that a lot has changed around it. Number 1 is Frozen Frenzy, my favorite level in the game from my favorite world from Donkey Kong Country Returns, the factory world. At the start of this one, the factory is calm and lifeless actually, but then you hit this giant switch, this giant DK drum, and then everything comes to life. You see a bunch of platforms moving around, including these girder beams and moving platforms, and you have to avoid these electric shock waves. And there's even a bunch of frozen ice all over the platforms. And you even see the Handy Bot from the level Handy Hazards in the game, which is very cool too. A bunch of gears. And the music is a remix of Fear Factory, one of my favorite Donkey Kong Country songs, so it's a recipe for success. Thank you for watching this video. I love the Donkey Kong Country games, especially Returns and Tropical Freeze. Bye.